This video illustrates 4 agency interactions so that you can imagine how this plays out at a poverty challenge. The heart of the challenge is the profile experts. We find real people living in poverty who are willing to tell us their experiences. This is how we create the profiles to be followed by participants, and how we know which agencies to create and how to write the scripts. We'll see how Janet fares when she looks for housing, what happens to Marta when she seeks food, what Ted learns when he seeks help for debilitating chronic tooth pain, and what happens when Sandy visits the employment office. Let's look at how the participants, in their roles, interact with the volunteers who are staffing the social service agency offices. Remember that the volunteers have been trained prior to the event and have been given scripts which correctly represent the policies of each agency. The participants have been encouraged to take on the profiles as if the issues were their own. Let's learn about Janet's situation. Forced to leave work due to chronic pain, Janet applied for and was approved to receive monthly benefits from Ontario Works. Many people mistakenly believe that welfare and disability benefits are generous. They are not. When working, Janet's rent was $875 a month. She also pays for her food, her car, her phone, her clothing, her toiletries, and Netflix, which has become her lifeline due to her disability. She was shocked to learn that her total OW benefit will be only $733 a month in total. This is less than 1/3 of the poverty line. Let's look at a breakdown of her benefits. Janet will receive $343 for her basic needs and $390 for rent, for a total of $733 a month, or $8,796 a year. The poverty line for a single person is over $27,000. Her fixed costs are her car, phone, and Netflix. There is little left over from the $343 for basic needs. She runs out of food by the end of the month, and she has no money for new clothes. Worst of all, she has to find a place to live for only $390 a month. Our free toolkits are full of scripts and charts with benefits and policies as of 2020. Here's a sample. For a poverty challenge, we prepare booklets of several pages of current listings in our city. We provide several copies of these in the housing office, as well as copies of leases. A close look at these reveal that there is no apartment available for less than $700 a month. Remember, Janet has $390 a month to spend on rent. Janet cannot afford an apartment of her own. She must find alternative shelter. Students participating in the challenge often find it hard to believe that the situations are real, because many of the problems they face with during the event seem insurmountable. But the scenarios they face are real and are based on extensive research. Janet was not successful at the housing office. Now let's follow Marta, who has run out of food. Marta and her daughter try to live on social assistance benefits of $1,122 a month. She often runs out of food before the end of the month. She has arrived to register at the food source. 71% of Ontario households using food banks are receiving social assistance or disability benefits, proving that these benefits are not sufficient to purchase food for a month. 33% of food bank recipients are children. You can find sample scripts for the food source and other agencies in our free toolkit. It's late Friday, too late to sign up. Marta must return on Monday to register, bringing many documents: ID and proof of income, rent and utilities, names and ages of children, and their health cards. Depending on her disposable income, Marta will be eligible to receive food 3 times or 12 times a year. Marta is sent home with a bag of food for supper tonight and breakfast tomorrow. She is given a flyer listing places that provide food for those in need. Ted inherited poor teeth and did not receive dental care as a child. His teeth are black and rotten. He is always nauseated and is in constant pain. He knows that rotten teeth can cause heart and brain infections. We are proud of our health care, but dental care is not part of OHIP. People receiving disability benefits in Ontario have a larger income than those on social assistance, but they're still living very far below the poverty line. Ted receives ODSP benefits of $1,169 each month. Annually, this is $14,028. The poverty line for a single person is $27,040. Ted visits his ODSP case manager seeking dental care. He wants all of his teeth removed and replaced by dentures. Scripts for visits to many social service agencies reflecting policies of 2020 are found in the Poverty Challenge Toolkit. Ted chooses to have his teeth removed. His nausea is gone, and he no longer fears heart and brain infections. But he cannot find work or a date, and his son is just as embarrassed as he is. Ted had half his problem solved by ODSP. Our final agency visit is next. Sandy needs a job. Sandy's world fell apart when her marriage ended in bankruptcy. Her mental health suffered and she fell into addiction. She lived on the street for 5 years. She has a criminal record and is on house arrest, but she is permitted to work 4 hours a day. She wants a job. She goes to the employment agency. While waiting to see an employment agency employee, Sandy looks at job postings. All these jobs require a clean criminal records check, but maybe there are more postings. The participants taking on the role of Sandy will know her background. They must improvise her answers to some surprising and difficult questions. Sandy did get a job at Subway, but 4 hours into her first shift, the manager saw her ankle bracelet, revealing that she was monitored while on house arrest. She was fired. This presentation has illustrated how the Poverty Challenge agency visits unfold. You can imagine that it is a powerful experience for the participants, and it also informs us about policies in some of our social service agencies. Social assistance and disability benefits provided to Ontarians are far below the poverty line and prevent recipients from securing acceptable housing. Food banks are now essential agencies, but woefully underfunded. Clients are unable to request specific foods or culturally familiar items. Many clients can only receive food 3 times a year. ODSP will pay for the removal of teeth, but dentures are considered cosmetic and not provided. It is very difficult for a person with a criminal record to be employed. She or he has done the time, but if they cannot get a job, how can they rejoin society? Agency visits end. Now participants return to profile groups, where everyone in the room has simulated the challenges of the same profile. There is a knock at the door. The real profile expert, the real Janet, Marta, Ted, or Sandy, enters the room. This is a very emotional moment. The facilitator guides the ensuing questions and discussion. Participants write about their feelings and learnings on a graffiti wall. The Poverty Challenge is an opportunity to bust the stereotypes that we hold about those living with less. It's also an opportunity to think about how social service delivery can improve. We hope that you're inspired to create your own poverty challenge. Download our free toolkits to show you how.